When I first started, I had no idea that the business, that it would go on for so long. I had no idea that it would become a career. I've had to learn how to become a businessman. First of all, I just play music. Jungle, drum and bass, in my heart. I made a lot of mistakes along the way. And I've learned a lot, and I'm still learning now. I think I've done quite well out of it, do you know what I mean? Considering, yeah. I think personally, I think I was passionate about music from the time I was born. It's just something that's always been in me. I've always had that love and that passion for music, and it's lived with me all the way through my life, you know what I mean? Dub was my first love, Just Shaka was my first love. And then from there, I started getting into like dancehall stuff, then I started getting into funk, then I started going out to Soul, hear Jazzy B and those boys, and I was into that heavily for a long time. My first experiences of the acid house was going to Clink Street. I remember the first time I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I went back again, and it just grabbed me, I just got it, do you know what I'm saying? I just got it, and you know what I mean? And from there, I was addicted to it, do you know what I'm saying? I was just loved this music. Seeing that I was from Brixton, which is a predominantly West Indian area, I just never experienced that mixture of people before, especially just at the vibe. Ecstasy was just like, you know what I mean? It was just flowing, and just the love, they were hugging each other, and it was just like a lovely vibe and a lovely atmosphere. And it's something that I'd never forget, and it's something that just took me straight away. I just loved it, and it just became like part of my life, you know? When I first started playing at acid house parties, it was all fun and games. Me, Brian, playing at the car wash every weekend with Fabio and Groove Rider, and we wasn't really getting much money at that point. I started playing the Hell at the Fridge, and I joined Dynamix, Eddie Richards' agency. Obviously, it started becoming a business by then. Promoters started noticing me. I got a call from a guy called Tony Costanetter to come and play at Sunrise. First time I went, they started at 6 in the morning, and I went and I came on after Frankie Bones, and I remember my hand trembling like this, man. You know what I mean? I was just gonna put the record in and I was trembling like that. You know what I mean? But that buzz that I felt, you know what I mean? It will always stay with me, mate. Always, forever. That little vibe I felt, that first putting the record on and just getting that vibe from the people. It's something that will always live with me, man. It was deep. I think around about that point, I started taking it really serious as a business and knowing what DJs are worth. You know what I mean? Because you can't be out like working all these hours for nothing and people exploiting you, which some people will try to do. But you just got to make sure that you stand your ground and treat it as a business, because that's what it is as well. As much as we love it, as much as the music, the passion for the music is undiminished. It never fades. But it's a business as well, you know what I'm saying? And you have to respect that. Me and Brian G started the label in 1992, and we've always just gone off our gut instinct. Firstly, Brian G is an absolutely brilliant A&R man. Do you know what I mean? He could dig a tune out of a haystack, that geezer. Do you know what I mean? And we've always just maintained our judgment and just always trusted our judgment in what is right for us, what's right for V, or what's right for Philly as a label, and we've always trusted that, regardless of what the trend is or whatever. We, as far as we're concerned, you don't tell us what the trend is, we tell you what the trend is, or we tell you what we think the next trend will be, and we release records according to that. I remember once I signed Function by Ed Rush and Optical in Music House. You know what I mean? Ed was like, I've got this little different thing, and I heard it, I was like, that's a V record. I just knew straight away. Didn't need any fucking rewinds or anything. I just knew straight away. And that's we've always kind of gone with our gut with records, do you know what I'm saying? And that's always been our policy, do you know what I mean? Like, there's been loads of records that have been popular with people and stuff like that, but we've always maintained our sound and our thing towards music, do you know what I mean? And I think that's what's made the label so successful and made it still be here after all these years. Mademoiselle, make me love it. It's just everyone knows it, do you know what I mean? And that was the hook of the record. The main sample is from a record called Mademoiselle by Foxy. It's like a famous rare groove record. I used to always hear it at Soul to Soul at the Africa Centre, and it's just like one of the most classic, most famous rare groove records ever. What happened at the time? I got arrested. I got arrested for possession of firearms. I was a kid and I was a bit silly, and I don't know, when you get arrested for something like that, your head goes overtime because you're thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna go to prison. So I needed something to kind of occupy my mind. So I called my pal Dillinger. I'm like, listen, I need to get to the studio. You know, just anything to occupy my mind. So I just went in, I took a couple of my favourite records in there, and bang, 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 Leviticus the Burial was born. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. We've done it in about 5 hours. We went to Roller Express, to Finbar's studio, where Optical was working, and he recorded the B-side with my sister singing. First you say yeah, then you say no. And that was it. It's a wrap, boom. Do you know what I mean? The rest is history. Wednesday, 9 to 11, right here, mysoul.com and mysoul DAB, baby boy. Brand new track, The One Go, and my boy Robert Blake, Fly Away. I'm kind of liking that one right now. My love for the radio goes way back to when I first started. Do you know what I mean? I first started on a pirate station about 10 minutes from here in Brixton called Passion Radio. And it's a right name for it, Passion, because everyone on that station was passionate about music. Every single DJ. Wednesday night between 11 and 1, right here, mysoul.com, mysoul DAB, right? I spent 8 years at Kiss FM. Won 2 awards for Best Radio DJ. Listen, let's get the party started.
Jumpin Jack Frost on mysoul.com.
I left Kiss after 8 years because it just got a little bit too corporate over there. And then when Gordon Mack, the founder of Kiss, came back on My Soul, it was a no-brainer really for me to get back into radio.
Jumpin Jack Frost on My Soul Radio.
In 20, nearly 30 years in the business, there are going to be times when you're tested, and your faith is tested, and your resilience and your patience and your dedication is tested. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there's been bad times, there's been rough times as well. There were times when the music just got a little bit, I just thought, this is not the direction I want to go in, you know what I mean? There's been times I wanted to give it up. There was a time when I was partied way too much, do you know what I mean? And it kind of affected my performances and that. And I think I took my eye off the ball. And I did in fact take like about a year out at one point, do you know what I mean? And then sorted my head out, sorted myself out, and came out with a vengeance, do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need motivated to get up and go still, do you know what I mean? And this music, it does it. You put in a tune, right? You put in a record, and you just, the power of it, and the enthusiasm and the work that's gone into that record. Do you know what I mean? It's like a beautiful painting, do you know what I mean? Just that in itself, that drives me on every day. I think the proudest achievement I've ever felt in music is watching one of my artists, Ronnie Size, win the Mercury Music Prize. I think that's the proudest moment ever in this business. I've never ever felt as proud as I did that night.
As New Forms wins Album of the Year.
You know, people said we were crazy, but we just believed in what we was doing.
That's definitely without a doubt the proudest ever moment ever in my nearly 30 years in the business.
This isn't, just about me. This is about, this is...
Yeah, I was wearing my suit, I had my cigar, I was like Mac Daddy Jack. What keeps me going to carry on what I'm doing is just my love of the music and my dedication. You know, there's always something else that's gonna just make the hairs on my arms stand up, do you know what I mean? And I think that's what keeps me going in this business, do you know what I mean? Just when you think that you've heard it all, or just when you think you've seen it all, something else comes up to top it, and you know what I mean? That's what keeps me going. Reality. Drum and bass, it's in my blood. To be in the drum and bass thing, you got to live it. You wake up every morning, you live with it. There's no one person that can say that they created drum and bass, or it's something, it's a lifestyle, a love of a genre of music. I believe that I'm one of the people that that grew with this music. There's a lot of us, we helped it develop, you know what I'm saying? And we all grew together with it. This is Brixton, bro. I grew up with drum and bass grew up with me. Do you know what I mean? Drum and bass, jungles has got that vibe, that injection, that passion. Do you know what I mean? You look at the people out there, the passion they got for it, the love they got for it, the DJs playing, you see the people just in it, the love that they got for it. It's a very, very passionate, powerful genre of music.